UFC 326, Holloway versus Oliveira, 2 predictions for the BMF belt. A great main event. It's going to be an absolute fucking war. I'm very excited for this. The rest of the card, good scraps, but not much name value, not much significance for their divisions. Could be much better. I wish they maybe would have done Cop versus Van as a co-main, but we're getting Van Tyra next month in Miami, so a bit better for me as well, because I'll be at that card. But let's just get straight into it, starting off with the early prelims. We got Rodolfo Gelato versus Luke Fernandez. The one thing about Rodolfo Gelato, I remember when I first saw this guy fight, I knew he was a fucking blockhead, because he just looks like a doofus. He looks like his fucking head was squeezed like this. It reminds me of this one meme that was years ago. It was a picture of Rey Mysterio getting his head smushed and like blood coming out. It's like, oh, when I was younger, I was so upset by this because I thought he was getting the chalupa juice squeezed out of him. So that just reminds me of Rodolfo Gelato. Rodolfo Gelato reminds me of that. So Rodolfo, like, he's good. Like, no, he's not good. He's okay. He's a tough motherfucker. He has decent skill, like low kicks. His grappling's good. He has some decent power. And he's been able to hang in there with like a guy like Navajo Sterling, who's pretty good. Who I'm not that high on, honestly. He's technical, but I don't think he's some crazy prospect. He's decent. And then Luke Fernandez, he goes across the cage. He likes a clinch. He goes forward and melts you. And he's more explosive in this fight. He has more finishing potential. He's a good prospect. I know it's Contender Series, which, right? It's Contender Series. He comes up Contender Series, which it's hard because there's a lot of mismatches on there. Like, there's so many. It's literally just straight finishes on the Contender Series. It's fun. It makes it fun, but someone like Luke Fernandez, I'm going to go with him here. It's an iffy pick because Rodolfo Gelato is someone that could make it tough. You know, he is tough. He's durable. He's decently skilled, but he's not like anything crazy. And I'm going to pick the prospect here, the explosive prospect in Luke Fernandez here. I'm going to pick him by knockout in the first or second round, but I could see like even a decision where he has won a decision. I think he has six fights, only one decision. It was a 4-rounder on a Cage Fury. They do those, like, it's 4 rounders, and if it's 2-2, they add a 5th, I'm pretty sure. So that's pretty interesting. But I'm going to go with him here. I just have the feeling. I'm going to pick the prospect here. You know, I haven't seen much of him, but I'm going to go with him by round 1 or 2 knockout. Rodolfo Gelato hasn't been knocked out twice, actually. I'm pretty sure by Vitor Petrino both times. I think on Contender Series and then regional scene. So I'm going to go with him here, knockout first or second round. Luke Fernandez takes it, but I wouldn't be surprised if Rodolfo Gelato gets a decision win. Next up, Rafael Tavares versus DR Nurgazai. Tobias is, I think, the all-around better fighter here. He's not that great. DR Nurgazai is not that great on the feet defensively, and he lacks in the grappling. We've seen that he's been subbed twice in the UFC against Brinson Ribeiro and Uran Saltibadiev. I think it was an Ezekiel choke. Yeah, it was an Ezekiel choke. And Tobias, he has a lot of subs. He's a nice high guard. His chin's tucked, so he's going to be pretty defensively sound on the feet in that regard. And he's able to get takedowns, I think, when DR Nurgazai overthrows, he's able to get takedowns, take him down, and get a sub like in the first or second round. I think it's going to be another quick finish right here for Tobias. DR Nurgazai is not great in the grappling. He's open to subs. I don't know what the sub was on Ribeiro, but yeah, I think Tobias takes this one by submission. Here is his UFC debut. I don't know where he's coming from. Is he coming from Contender? But sub for him. And then Suma Duarji versus Jesus Aguilar. Jesus Aguilar likes to blitz in. He's a very nice guillotine on takedown attempts. He has good knees, and he likes to get in the range, get his boxing going, and to get his own takedowns and grapple. Suma Duarji, on the other hand, stays on the outside. He's going to be the bigger guy by a decent amount here. Yeah, 9.5-inch reach advantage, 4-inch height. That's a big one. He likes to play at range, uses kicks, and he's a good arm for them. He could go up high, he could go to the body, he could go front kicks, he could go low. He has good takedown defense, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 71% is decent. Nothing crazy, but it's decent enough for someone that has a takedown accuracy of 31%. So I think Suma Duarji is going to take this one by decision. I don't think he's going to finish Jesus Aguilar. But I think he's able to just play at range, pitter-patter, get a boring decision. His last fight with Kevin Borjas, I'm pretty sure it was pretty boring. I think it was in that Shanghai card. That was also ass. fucking wake up at 3 in the morning for that. The prelims are pretty decent, but the main card, holy fucking, I was when I first started making content. That was like my third card I covered on TikTok. If that was now, bro, I'd just go to sleep, bro. I don't even watch that shit. I would not watch it. Maybe the co-main and main, but no, bro, that was terrible, dude. It just makes me sleepy right now. But yeah, Sumer Dwergi by decision. Here. Now, Cody Durden versus Niamjargo Tumendemberol. I think Tumendemberol's going to get a finish here. Mid-fight, like second round maybe. Cody Durden, he's slowing down there, but he got knocked out bad by Jose Ochoa, I think. And then he got knocked down and subbed by Alan Nascimento. I could see something there, but like with his style too, like walking down, just fucking overwhelm you with pressure and volume and just kind of be a blockhead. I think that's not going to work as you're aging in this weight class, flyweight. Tumendemberol's not that great either, but he has some good subs. He has some knockout power. He has finishing ability, and he is longer striking. He's going to be at a reach advantage by 4 inches. Nothing crazy, and he has the explosive advantage. He has the youth. He's younger. I don't know how much, but he only has 10 fights. I think he's going to be able to knock out or sub Cody Durden sometime in this fight. It's iffy because I don't think he's that good. I think Cody Durden could have a volume attack, like outbox him, just out physicality him and take him to a decision. But I just don't see what the lack of durability that we've seen from Cody Durden recently. So I'm gonna go Tumendemberol, Niamjargo by finish, KO or sub, somewhere in the middle of the fight. I'm gonna go second round for this one. Next up, Ricky Tercios. Oh, they already took up the other fight. Yeah. Fucking Something Wong versus Ilia Taptoro got knocked out. Now Ilia Aptoro versus Ricky Tercios. Ricky Tercios, he likes to volley. He's a volume guy. He's pretty tough. He has decent scrambles. But Montes has a lot of front headlock subs from what I've seen, like anacondas, not anda. Sorry. He's a good jab. He's a bit better striker. He's bigger. He's gonna have a grappling advantage here. And I'm not gonna lie, I haven't seen much of him. But I'm gonna take him by sub. And this what's his sub accuracy? Submission average. Whoa. That's gotta be like some inflated number, no? Whatever. I think he gets a front headlock submission round 1 or 2 in this fight on Ricky Tercios. There's not much to this. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't seen much of Montes, but I know he has some good submissions. I know Ricky Tercios isn't that great either. Now, Dante Johnson versus Cody Brundage. Cody Brundage steps up on 2 weeks notice or something like that. Just got knocked out 5 weeks ago in the first round by Cameron Alston. Took a decent amount of damage, especially that last sequence where they did finish the fight, I'm pretty sure. And Dante Johnson, he's a big motherfucker. He's explosive. He has good ground and pound. He's powerful. I think he's just gonna go across the cage and knock out Cody Brundage in the first round. I think it is not a good spot for Brundage. Short notice, like I said, just took a lot of damage. Just got knocked out 5 weeks ago, and he's coming back in here just for a paycheck. It seems like. I think he's getting knocked out in the first round. There's really not much to either. I don't know. You're coming in short notice, just got knocked out. What else are you asking for, bro? Especially against a fucking big football player in Dante Johnson. He's like a fucking linebacker, dude. Now, headlining the prelims. Jia Long versus Cody Garbrandt. Cody Garbrandt, I think, is going to take this by decision. His last fight with Ronnie Barcelos did not look that bad. He was able to get his own grappling in, stuff takedowns, You know, he's going to land well here against Xiao Long. Xiao Long has some decent power, but I don't think he's that good. I don't think he's that skilled to be able to, like, he could knock out Cody Garbrandt since his chin is kind of gone. He's a little bit washed, but I don't think Cody Garbrandt is that washed. You know, I think he'd be outstrike him here. Maybe he'd get his own grappling going, his wrestling. Like I said, he went for like 7 takedowns against Ronnie Barcelos. I don't know if he got any, but I think he could get some here. Maybe control a little bit of the fight there on the ground. Outbox him. I'm worried, but I'm going to go Cody Garbrandt by decision. I don't think Xiao Long's that good. I think Cody Garbrandt is a step ahead of a guy like Xiao Long. So my picks for the prelims, not great prelims so far, but I got Cody Garbrandt by decision. Dante Johnson round 1 KO. Alberto Montes by round 1 or 2 sub. Liam Jargo to Mendebro. Finish in the mid-fight, so I'll say second round. Suma Dwarji by decision. Rafa Tobias by submission round 1. Luke Fernandez TKO round 1. Now, onto the main card, which is pretty decent. This fight, I'm not going to lie, I see it going down pretty similar. I was watching this fight. I actually just watched a film for this right before I made this. I think it's going to go the same way. I think they're kind of similar fighters from when they first met 3 years ago. I just watched it. I don't see much of a difference in RoboCop, like his offense, his output, his movement, his defense, his arsenal. Like, you know what I mean? Bruno Ferreira he moves a little bit less. His cardio maybe a little bit better. He looks in really good shape from the weigh-ins that I saw. He looked very, very good shape. One thing though where I think RoboCop can have success is like if they get in the clinch and get dirty. He has good knees there. He has good hooks. I think in the first fight he did have some success there. I think he could do that again. Have some success, but I don't know if he'll knock out Bruno Ferreira. I trust Bruno Ferreira's chin more. They both slowed down a little bit. Bruno did slow down against Abus a few years ago, which was not good. I think it was like 23 or 24. I think it was 24. Like late 24. But I think Bruno Ferreira, he looked fine last fight against Marvin Vettori, throwing at a pretty high output, moving a lot. He moves very well. He switches stances well, uses both, which I think will kind of fuck with RoboCop a little bit. He didn't handle that well in the first fight. Like, he wasn't able to track him down as much. RoboCop has decent cage cutting ability, nothing crazy where it's like, oh shit. But he wants to get through against a fence, land big right hands. He's a really nice straight right hand that he throws a lot. He throws it to the body, he throws it behind a jab. Marvin Vettori, I think, had some success there, but Marvin Vettori's southpaw, so it's a little different. It's coming from the left. Left hand is coming through. But I think Bruno Ferreira, he has better movement. He moves around very well. He has decent head movement. He rolls with punches. He has a good high guard, so RoboCop should be going to the body here to set it up top. But I think once Bruno Ferreira goes to like his southpaw and maybe gets back to, I can see the same fucking sequence happening. Roman Kopylov was landing his left hand, his straight left hand and southpaw a lot on RoboCop. He even stunned him at one point, got him like jelly-legged. I think he could do the same thing in this fight and get a knockout. I'm going knockout for RoboCop, or for Bruno Ferreira. I'm going knockout round 1 or 2. I think the same fucking left hand is going to land and is going to knock RoboCop out. That's what I saw from watching the film. I think Bruno Ferreira, they're not that crazily evolved where it's like, oh shit, this is a different fight or different fighters. I don't think so. I think Bruno Ferreira will get this one done, knockout round 1 or 2. And RoboCop slowed down his last fight. Bruno Ferreira, not so much. On a Drew Dober versus Michael Johnson. Okay. Both these guys are obviously inconsistent. We obviously have Drew Dober beats all the black guys. Shit. But Dober's been looking washed recently. He fucked Kyle Propolek. Whatever. Nothing crazy. He probably has more weapons. He has knees. He has good kicks. You know. I like that for him here. But I think Michael Johnson early is going to fucking catch him. Michael Johnson's really fast. He has a speed advantage. He has really good straight punches down the middle. Nice hooks even in the boxing range. I think he gets in there. Like, he might be even better defensively at this point. Drew Dober's been getting dropped a lot and hurt a lot. I think Michael Johnson, he's on a good win streak. Dober's coming off a decent win, but had like a 3-fight losing streak before that, a 2-fight. Both knockouts, or all 3 knockouts if they were. I think Michael Johnson's going to get him out of there in the first round. I think he's going to knock him out early, land maybe second round, but I think he's going to land something big down the middle, hurt Drew Dober, ground and pound. I just think he's a speed and boxing advantage here, especially early on, I think. Maybe if it gets to the later rounds, I favor Drew Dober, maybe getting a knockout there, but early on, I think Michael Johnson will be very dangerous and is going to work. He's going to get a knockout in the early rounds in this fight. Next up, we have Rob Font versus Raul Rosas Jr. Raul Rosas Jr. is taking like a year off. Rob Font, what did he just lose to? I just had a blank. Oh, David Martinez. Okay. Rob Font, you know what he's shown? He's been someone that's beat prospects before. I was thinking of picking him, but I'm going Raul Rosas here by decision. I don't think we'll sub Rob Font. But Raul Rosas, obviously he's a great grappling. He's a sticky grappling, the Velcro. He sticks to you. He has good control when he's down there. Obviously good sub attempts. Rob Font has shown a good ability to get back up. Not really to defend takedowns as much. If you look at his grappling defense, his takedown defense is only 43%, which is ass. Raul Rosas isn't an amazing wrestler either, but I think he'll be able to get him down and control him more than past opponents. Like we've seen with Corey Sandhagen, Figgy, Kyler Phillips, Gene Matsumoto weren't able to do it as much to Rob Font, but I think Raul Rosas is a better control there. And those guys aren't that good, honestly. I think I'm not high on Raul Rosas either, but I think it's tough because I have a tingly feeling that Rob Font, I went with him first, but I'm going to go with Rosas. I think Rosas' striking is fine. His boxing is okay. Rob Font, obviously, that's where his advantage will be with like a jab, touching him up with the jab. But he's old. He's 38. I think Rosas has the youth advantage, the speed advantage is going to be there, I think, and the movement advantage. I think he's able to get takedowns, control Rob Font, outstrike him a little bit. At times, landing some. He doesn't really do a lot of ground and pound. He does look for subs mainly, but I think he's going to be able to get this one done by decision. I'm going Raul Rosas. It's an iffy one, but we're going to keep it there for Rob Font, Raul Rosas. I think Rosas by decision. Next, Cal Bralo versus Renier de Ridder. I'm going Cal Bralo by decision. When you look at Renier de Ridder's last fight, I don't really play too much into that. He had success early on, but gassed early. Against Robert Whittaker, obviously, he's able to the thing with him, he out-physicalities his opponents, like, mere shit. That was a bad fight. That was a very bad look. Holland, he just ragdolled him. Bo Nickal just kind of bullied him. Robert Whittaker's way smaller, just kind of bullied him a little bit too, but Whittaker had a lot of success, arguably won the fight. Especially he won the first 3 rounds pretty convincingly. Or not first 3, 2 out of the first 3, 1 and 3. Renier de Ridder looked really, really slow to start, which I think Cal Bralo will have to take advantage of and win that first round. Renier de Ridder kind of picked it up earlier in the second. And then obviously got dropped in the third where he was slowing down. He still had a cardio issue there. In the Robert Whittaker fight, he slowed down in the third round. Robert Whittaker as well, but those knees, but I think Cal Bralo will be able to handle that. Good Muay Thai. I think he'll be fine in that clinch. He knows the knees are coming. It might affect him a little bit. I think Renier de Ridder will land, but I think Cal Bralo, with his speed advantage, will be able to catch him on those knees. When RDR comes in for those knees, he's literally hands down, chin out. I don't remember if Robert Whittaker caught him on a knee attempt, but he caught him because when he's coming in, Renier de Ridder is so open. When he's coming in, he squares up. Obviously, to throw his knees, to throw his punches. He's a weird jab. He's weird striking. It's sloppy. It's slow. And he does get you in weird grappling exchanges where he ties you up, brings you down, which could disrupt Cal Bralo. But I think Bralo, I'm not too high on him. I think he's very good. I think he's a top 6 to 8 middleweight up there. I don't think he's not top 3, top 4. I think you guys have he does have good grappling here. He does have good grappling. I think the grappling, he'll be able to scramble with RDR well, get up if he gets taken down, or have his own dominant positions, get his own grappling off, ground and pound maybe. But I think on the feet, he's gonna have an advantage here in the boxing, in the speed, the power. Not like, I don't know. It's like he's not very powerful, so he won't have a power advantage here. He's gonna have a speed accuracy advantage. I think he gets this one done by decision. I don't think he's gonna knock out RDR or sub him, but I think decision. Could see RDR winning, but I'm gonna go Kyle Barlow by decision. Now main event time. Okay, this is a fight. I was thinking. I mean, as you see in the thumbnail, I put Max domination, but I don't think Max is going to dominate him. I think it's going to be a very, very close fight. And I'm like, this is 50-50 for me. I'm going Max Holloway. But if we look at Charles Oliveira's side, he's a little bit of a dumbass at times. We saw with Gaethje fight, Chandler fight early, like the first one. Gamrot, but like Ilya. But the Gamrot fight, you look at the Gamrot fight, he wasn't really tracking him down well. Gamrot was able to move around pretty good. But he was just eating shots. He had his high guard up, eating shots. Obviously, it's Gamrot, so maybe he came in with the mindset like, this guy can't hurt me. I have no respect for his striking. I'm gonna just go do whatever I gotta do and just walk forward. He got a nice body lock, dragged Gamrot to the ground, got his back, and subbed him easy. He took Topuria to the fence. Like, he looked very strong. I was worried for Topuria before Topuria reversed it. I was worried because Charles looked fucking strong and big there. He's a big, strong lightweight. And his wrestling has improved, like, especially from the body lock. I think he get body locks. Against Chandler, his wrestling looked good. Like, his like just regular double legs and single leg, just those regular basic generic takedown attempts. His wrestling has improved, and he's gonna walk forward and he's gonna pressure you. He's gonna make it a dogfight in the clinch, where I think he'll have success with Max, going knees to the body, elbows off the brakes to the clinch, elbows in the clinch, and just getting him, backing him up. His teeps to the body will be good. I think he could get his low kicks going if he throws more low kicks this time around. Max has had struggles with them. Obviously, Ilya, that was a big reason why Ilya was able to like stop Max's movement, was the low kicks, the body work as well. Like I said, Charles, the knees to the body could do some damage to Max if he combos up to the body as well. But I think getting in the clinch, landing knees, because Max is not going to want to be in those situations. I think he's going to be really trying to get out of the clinch work, of the backing up to the fence, which people have been able to back Max up to the fence and land big straight right hands on Max. Ilya, like Dustin dropped him, Gaethje dropped him with a hook over the top. I think Dustin dropped him one for Gilly. You know, Charles has a nice, obviously crazy submission game from anywhere, but it also comes into power. Does Max Holloway have that knockout power that Ilya has? Obviously not. Like, what's his power at 155? Because we've seen his two fights recently. Old man Dustin dropped him, got him really badly hurt a couple of times. And if they do the BMF point, I think Max Holloway fucking chins Charles. He's gonna be faster. He's gonna be more accurate. He really hurts people in those situations. Like, he fucking killed Dustin there. Obviously, Gaethje. That's the thing. Gaethje was it volume. He lands perfectly on the chin, throwing haymakers. He has power, but it's not like he's gonna chin Charles out cold, you know. And Charles has good survivability and durability. And it's dangerous. You hurt Charles. You knock him down. You gonna jump into his guard? No. You're not going to do it. You're not Islam. You're not going to jump into his guard after you hurt him. That's for Charles and his case. Now Max. Max is going to be obviously the way better striker here. Way better boxer. Not in terms of danger, but just technical ability. I think accuracy, speed. He does have some power that could hurt Charles and make him, okay, let me stop walking forward. He could go to the body when Charles has high guard. He has a nice arsenal of kicks. Like, he has the oblique kicks that he's been really working well on. Though he was hitting Ilya with those. He could stunt Charles' movement with those when Charles comes forward. Charles obviously does good with the low kicks, checking those. But maybe those oblique kicks, he could get those going. I don't think he'll be going to the body a lot, or because of the ability to catch and take you down. He has very, very good lateral movement, which I really like for him in this fight. Charles, in this fight with Gamrot, didn't cut off the cage that well. I think Max will be able to move laterally very well. And we saw with, like in the Ilya fight, he was able to move well, get in and out. That's what the one thing, like Ilya with his jab was able to get in and out. I think Max Holloway will do the same thing to Charles. But in the Holloway and Ilya fight, Ilya had a hard time tracking Max down early on and landing, getting into range. Max was really good with the in and out movement and just getting to the punch quicker until Ilya picked up his spots. But Charles is not at the same level as Ilya, as like a hunter, you could say. But and also Max, who's he fought that's an elite wrestler or grappler? Obviously Charles is an elite wrestler. Grappling's obviously elite, like Ortega, yeah. But the wrestling, I think Charles is an improved wrestler and more dangerous, obviously, because it's like, oh shit, he gets me to the ground, I'm gonna have to fucking worry. Or on the feet, he could hurt me as well. So I'm going Max by knockout, like round 2 or 3, maybe a decision. But I'm not going to be surprised if Charles Oliveira subs him or knocks him down, subs him, knocks him out. I think the thing with this, I think Max will be able to stuff a lot of the takedowns. Maybe get back up, but I don't think he'll be able to stuff all of them. I just think his lateral movement will be a lot. It's going to be a lot for Charles early on. I think Max will knock him out in the second or third round. It's an iffy fight, but I'm not going to be surprised. This is so 50-50 for me. I think Max will win, like I said, knockout round 2 or 3, but Charles is, it's like the more I think about it, and from what I've seen, I also just watched film for this, Charles could definitely win this. There's a very good path to it. I was thinking, like, before watching film, I was like, man, Charles is getting knocked out. Charles is getting dominated, knocked out. Now, I think it's very, very, very close. Charles has a very good path to victory here, but I'm going Max. So that's my predictions for the main card. Max knockout, round 2 or 3. Baralo decision. Rosas decision. Michael Johnson round 1 TKO. And Bruno Ferreira round 1 TKO as well. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Who you got for the main event, for the main card. I'm excited for this. See ya.